It's time for Rebel Sports on MyLocalRadio.com and 98.3 KADQ. Rebel Sports is brought to you by Rocky Mountain Power, Ready, Rich School District, Town of Randolph, Evanston Regional Hospital, Come On In, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, T7 Propane, Station on Main, Stacy's Repair, Ellingford Brothers, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, Bear Lake Realty, Independent Software Solutions, Jimmy John's, Dr. McKay Frankum, Crawford Trough, Woodruff Corner Store, Our Bakery, Mound Valley Cattle Company, and the town of Garden City. It's time for Rebel Sports on MyLocalRadio.com and 98.3 KADQ. Rebel Sports is brought to you by Rocky Mountain Power, Ready, Rich School District, Town of Randolph, Evanston Regional Hospital, Come On In, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, T7 Propane, Station on Main, Stacy's Repair, Ellingford Brothers, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, Bear Lake Realty, Independent Software Solutions, Jimmy John's, Dr. McKay Frankum, Crawford Trough, Woodruff Corner Store, Our Bakery, Mound Valley Cattle Company, and the town of Garden City.
Quality is the one thing you can always count on when you do business with Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. Whether you're looking for strong, high-quality cement for construction, sand and gravel for road base, a cement trough or crinkle ladder for your livestock, or steel fabrication, including custom towing packages, bumpers, and other vehicle accessories, you always get high-quality products and friendly, knowledgeable service at Ellingford. Stop in today, 199 County Road, Evanston.
Reach a dedicated hometown, regional, and worldwide audience. Dive into the action with My Local Rodeo. Our high school rodeo broadcasts are the heart of the community, drawing families and fans who love to support local businesses. From prime advertising spots to exclusive sponsorships,
your businesses can shine in the spotlight. Don't miss out. Contact us today and saddle up for an unbeatable advertising opportunity. My Local Rodeo, where your business becomes part of the excitement.
Welcome to our listeners. We're just doing some sound checks to try and get things started here, so bear with us while we do some sound checks. Okay, and it sounds like we are on the air, so welcome to all of our listeners out there. We are just starting our pregame show. It is basketball season here at Rich High School. Rob and I did a little bit of a monologue, but nobody heard it. Probably wasn't that great anyway. That's why we got to redo it. So welcome to all of our listeners and out there on 98.3 KDQFM and online at mylocalradio.com as the Lady Rebels prepare to take on the Lady Jayhawks of St. Joseph. Rob, a little bit about St. Joe's. We don't have a ton of history with them. We do have some history, but we're about to have more, as it looks like on the realignment for next year. St. Joe's will be in our region going forward until the next realignment. So
that will be the case. So 2025 through 2027, as long as the second reading of the realignment goes through, which after the second reading, I anticipate that'll be the case.
And I'm just flying off the cuff here. I do know that in 2013, our girls did play St. Joe's in the state championship game, and they did beat us in that game. My wife was on that team, so I know all about that game. That was not a good memory for a lot of Rich High alumni.
I remember watching that game, Bradley.
Yep. So, and the guy sitting next to you was the coach at that time.
That's true.
So we do have a little bit of history there. I'm sure there have been other matchups. We can look that up later. But the Lady Jayhawks, this is their fourth game of the season. So, Rob, I know that you've looked at it as well, but They were able to they've played ICS, they've played Ogden and Ben Lomond, and they beat Ben Lomond by a large margin and then lost a close matchups with both Ogden and ICS. I haven't looked into Ogden, but I do know ICS has a winning record. They've started off a good season. So we're going to see a decent team tonight, and regardless of who you play, your first game out is always going to be a challenge most of the time to work some kinks.
Yep, so that gives St. Joseph a little bit of an advantage because they do have a couple games under their belt. I saw there's actually some teams that have got 5 and 6 games under their belt already. So the Rebels do get a little bit of a late start, but I'm sure that Coach Lundgren has done his best to get them prepared.
Yeah, I've talked to a few of the girls, and they are definitely caged animals right now, ready to play. The boys, when we talk about the boys tomorrow, they were playing football 3 weeks ago, whereas the girls, they've been practicing for a month. It's hard to practice for a month and not perform, and so I know that they're very excited about this game. Then they go to Windover tomorrow. But thank you to all of our listeners tuning in. This is an Ellingford Brothers pregame show. When we come back, I was able to catch up with John Hansen, Rich High School alumni, talk with him. He was a great basketball player in the late 2000s here at Rich High School. So tune in for that interview I had with him, and we'll be back after this. Once again, this is an Ellingford Brothers pregame show. Listening in on 98.3 KDQFM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
It's the best feeling when you've had a long drive and you see your hotel, the Come On Inn, Casper. That means your day just got better. At the Come On Inn, you have lots of options. Unwind in the hot tub, go for a swim, relax in the beautiful atrium, and sleep in total comfort. Centrally located, the Come On Inn is close to everything. In the morning, start your day with a delicious breakfast. Top it all off with an amazing, friendly staff who is always glad to see you. It doesn't get better than that. When you're in Casper, always stay at the Come On Inn.
It is time now for our Where Are They Now segment, and I'm talking with my good friend John Hansen. I was thinking of who to have on this week, and John, your name came right to me with it being basketball season. John was a great basketball player at Rich High School. I got to play with him, and John, I have a lot of good memories of you using those handles at Rich High School, and so with it being opening week, I wanted to chat with you about your high school days.
Yeah, man. Happy to reminisce about the good old days with you. Somebody's there to listen, so if it's you, and then that's awesome.
So John was the class of 2008, correct?
That's right. Yep.
So class of 08. And John, give our listeners an update of where you're at, what you're up to, your family, everything that's going on in your life.
I live in Cache Valley. I live in Providence. My wife and I, we've got 4 kiddos. We started with 2 girls, and then at the tail end, we've got 2 little boys. So we're happy over here. I work with a software company, a startup software company. So we're just living the dream, man.
So what do you do for the software company, John?
I'm over their training and implementation department. I work with new customers to get them set up and onboarded.
So whenever a company buys the software, you're the guy who makes sure they know what they're doing with it and they have a good experience doing it.
Yep, exactly.
Awesome.
That's the idea.
Well, John, let's segue into the 08 era. What's some of your best memories that you had at Ridge High School during your time there?
So many. I mean, I look back on my time in school and, funny, as a parent, you want to, try and replicate some of those things for your own kids. And not that you want them to see the world through your eyes, but definitely there's things that you would love to see that they shared those good experiences. And so many of those for me were in high school with sports, with my teachers, mentors, obviously friends. Some of my favorite memories were on the basketball court from elementary to when I graduated. I still remember games. I still remember names from schools that we played. So many. I guess if you're looking for something in particular, I can dive into it. But
John, before we started the interview, you and I were talking. Is it crazy to you the recent changes to the school district with a brand new gym in Lake Town and a new turf field at the high school? Is it just kind of crazy to see how things are growing and changing?
It's cool to see the progress, even though I don't have kids there and I'm not directly involved in it. I always cheer for the Rebels still. And so to hear that we're updating facilities and that we're moving along, it's really cool. And I get excited about even over here in Cache Valley.
When I do these interviews each week, I like to ask the alumni I'm talking to about the teachers that they had. And is there a teacher you'd like to give a shout out to that had a really positive impact on you during those 4 years at Rich?
Honestly, every one of them. Coach Stewart, I had her in life skills in PE. Always loved Coach Stewart. She was encouraging. She was uplifting and I think pushed everybody to get the best out of them. That meant running faster or doing more push-ups or whatever it was. I always loved Coach Stewart. I loved Mr. K. He was great. Honestly, every one of them. Coach Grohl.
Legends. Yep.
Yeah. They all had an impact, I think, in my experience in high school for the better.
We really did go to school during an awesome era of teachers, for sure.
Yeah, we really did.
You'll be happy to know that the PE teacher at the junior high is Coach Stewart, the son of Coach Stewart. But it's fun to hear the kids talk about Coach Stewart. I have 2 kids in elementary, and they always talk about Coach Stewart at PE, and it's funny. Every time I have to register quickly about who they're talking about. Well, that's
awesome.
John, there will probably be some of the boys after the fact when they're watching game film listening to this interview. What final advice before we wrap up do you have for those players going into this season?
Man, I think just working hard. I remember my senior year, our team motto, if that's what you call it, was 212 degrees. You probably remember this yourself.
I do.
Brad.
Yep.
And it was just all about just the difference that 1% extra can make. 212 being the point that water boils can power steam locomotives. I remember that. It can clean out impurities. And so for me, it was always just a matter of what's just 1% more going to do for me. And so that was, 1% extra time in practice, 1% extra time on the court, shooting a little bit more free throws, whatever it was. What can I do to be just 1% better? So I think that would probably be my advice is just work hard, take pride in what you're doing. The coolest thing for me when I look back on my time there, and I think it takes being out of it to realize this fully, but you see a community like Rich County, and there's people who show up to support the boys and girls who play that really have no obligation to be there. I remember Reed Grohl being on the front row at every game that I played, and he had no reason to watch the boys play. Cam Jarman, same thing. Like, he had no boys there, but they showed up. I think that's unique that you have a community that backs their play players and their school who show up because they love the Rebels. And I think as a player, that motivated me to say, I'm not just playing for mom and dad. I'm not just playing for grandpa and grandma. There's a whole community here that wants to see us successful and is cheering for us. And that motivated me. And so I always wanted to be just that much better so that you could bring that extra pride to your community, to your school, to your class.
Man, I love that.
That's it.
That is spot on, and I can't agree with you more. And John, you'll be happy to know Reed Grohl still sits on that front row at the game today. He really does. So
good. Yeah,
I'm glad
I
you
love
gave
it.
him a shout out on that because it's so true. So thanks, John. Always appreciate you, man, and thanks for taking time away from your family to chat Rich High School basketball. And we'll be in touch for sure.
Okay, go Rebels.
We know from experience that in rural America, people really care about three things: their faith, their money, and their high school sports, and not necessarily in that order.
It's a race. Mendez in some space down the left wing. Steps into a shot. Mendez scores! Red Devils on top, 2-0 on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard.
The 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Hello, North Carolina. Cheyenne's coming to visit.
The My Local Radio Sports Network covers high school sports in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming, American Legion Baseball and high school rodeo in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Advertising in the My Local Radio Sports Network is unique for two reasons. One, it's the best way to reach your local audience, and two, it's the most economical way to reach your regional and national audience. Join us today on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
I am here with our winter season opening of our coaches show, our pregame show, and I'm here with my friend, Coach Cody Lundgren. Coach, you have been practicing for weeks now, and now it is the week of your opening games with St. Joe's and Wendover. But before we talk about those teams, how's practice been going, and how are you feeling about this season?
You know, it's been good. You know, the girls have been coming in and working hard, and we're starting to come together pretty good as a team, and it's going to be nice to get some teams in front of us. I know the girls are ready, and so are we as a coaching staff to get them out under the lights and see where they're coming along at and where we need some more work at too.
So, Coach, you graduated a lot of seniors, which more than the usual at a school our size. There was a good, talented class that you graduated. How do you fill those holes, and how do you get the chemistry going right away without too much of a lull period?
You know, we had a great senior class last year, full of senior leadership, full of a lot of talent, full of a lot of hardworking girls, and they will be missed. But, you know, luckily we've got some girls that are ready to jump in those spots and start going. And we had a couple girls that played a lot of varsity minutes last year that should have a feel for the speed and the floor and be able to keep our offense going while some of the other girls catch up to the varsity speed. But I'll miss those seniors, but we should be able to reload and be able to keep rolling with this group of kids.
Coach, so this week, as I said, you have St. Joe's first on Friday and then going to Wendover on Saturday. Let's start with St. Joe's. Do you know much about them? They used to be a common 1A opponent. They're now a 2A school, I believe. What do we know about St. Joe's?
I've watched a little bit of film on them this last weekend. They like to play fast. They like to throw the ball down the floor pretty quick in transition. They like to try to slow you down with a zone. They've got a lot of size in the middle. They've got some pretty good athletes. They're pretty quick, and we'll just have to make sure that our girls will control the tempo and be able to play the speed that we want to play at and to watch turnovers and control the boards.
And what about Wendover? I definitely a more familiar opponent with them being a region matchup. And how do you feel, Coach, about having a region game right out of the gate?
It's a little stressful at first, but if you think about it, like every game with the RPI is, goes towards our state seeding. So it is what it is. But I mean, obviously the region game, you're more familiar with those girls, and it's always a little bit more of a fun atmosphere with those games. Their style of play is real similar to St. Joe. They like to play fast. Instead of a 2-3 zone, they like to sit, they like to pressure you up with man defense. And then, they've got a pretty good little guard, the Alvarez girl. She knows how to come off a screen pretty well. And they've got a girl, her name's Hicks, Millie Hicks. She's pretty tall, long, athletic. She's physical, pretty good scorer. We got to do a good job controlling her on the glass and make sure that we can get rebounds.
Now, is the Alvarez girl, is that the coach's daughter? Because they do have a new coach this year, right? Is that Manny Alvarez? Do I have his last name right?
Yeah, that's Manny Alvarez. That's actually his little sister.
His little sister. Gotcha. Yeah, for our listeners, Coach Manny Alvarez is one that's been with the boys for a while. Very, very fun, charismatic guy that was usually their JV coach, and sounds like he'll do a great job with the girls as well. So, well, Coach, good luck this week. Just real quick, I know that you kept an eye on the 1A preview going on this last week. Anything that stuck out to you with the games down there with your future opponents?
Just that it looks like it's going to be a real competitive season this year. So there's a lot of really good teams out there in all regions, and we're just going to have to come play every night and take game by game basis.
Well, we wish you luck, Coach. Looking forward to talking to you each week, but good luck this year, and we'll for sure be in touch.
Hey, thanks. Appreciate it.
Foot pain can make even the simplest things a struggle. Dr. Chad Brady is a foot and ankle surgeon who listens to your concerns, offering a variety of solutions to get you back on your feet and out of pain. Dr. Chad Brady can help you get back to the life you deserve. Don't let foot pain stop you from living your life. Schedule an appointment today. Dr. Chad Brady, Uinta Medical Group. Call or schedule online at evanstonanytime.com.
Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides safe, effective, high-quality health care. With many specialty services, Bear Lake Memorial serves patients from prenatal to geriatric. When you need imaging services, including mammograms, CT, and other specialized tests, the MRI suite accommodates patients of all sizes. The large windows provide natural light to help patients have an even better scanning experience. For a complete list of services offered, visit us online at blmhospital.com. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth.
So we're going to go radio silent here as we do the national anthem here at Rich High School. So now it is time for the starting lineups for the Lady Jayhawks. Number 5, Caitlin Martinez, a senior. Number 10, Cicely Flores, a senior. Number 12, Lizzie Randall, a senior. Number 25, Mimi DeWitt, a senior. And number 35, Eliza Berg, a junior. So, Rob, we got 4 seniors and a junior for the Lady Jayhawks.
Yeah, they are senior laden this year, Bradley.
And now for our Rich High Lady Rebels, we have number 3, a sophomore, Molly Weston. Number 15, Paige Smith, a junior. Number 22, a sophomore, Braylyn Pugmire. Number 31, Cass Argyle, who is a senior. And we will round out at the top. Number 42, Brenley Hatch, a senior. So, Rob, definitely a well-balanced team age-wise. A couple sophomores, a couple seniors, and a junior to start things off for us. And I'm sure we'll be seeing 2 to 3 girls come off the bench today as well.
I would agree. And you lost a lot of seniors last year, Bradley, so not a lot of experience out there on the floor.
Yeah, Rob, honestly, it's kind of a similar discussion we had in volleyball with such a great senior class graduating. It was the same in basketball. We do have a little bit more experience coming back in basketball than we did in the volleyball discussion. As 3 of the 5 on the floor played quite a bit last year, but we'll see how things go here as we set to tip off. Lady basketball is underway. A quick pass from Argyle to Hatch, but that is just off the mark here. Back to Weston at the top of the key. She kicks it over to Argyle on the right wing. She gets a swing pass to Paige to the left wing to Weston. Back to Argyle, looking to work things in. She gets it off to Paige at the left wing. Back to Argyle, who had an open look. She takes the dribble inside and fires. That comes hard off the glass, and the Jayhawks will take possession, heading the other way. As we say, this is the Jayhawks' 4th game so far in the season, whereas the Rebels, this is their opening game. As they will drive through the middle, and that is going to be the first foul to start things off here, Rob. And that will be on the ground. The Jayhawks will take it underneath. Passing it in will be number 12, Lizzie Randall. That foul was on number 22, Braylon Pugmire. Good defense here by Bray as the Jayhawks kick it back out to number 10. Back to the top to Martinez. She gets it inside, and that will be not a basket, and Paige will hustle down the floor, get it to Argyle up front, who kicks it back to Paige and up to Molly Weston to set things up. She'll get it out to the left wing to Paige. Back to Molly. She did have a look there for a minute, but she kicks it over to Paige. She tries for a 3 and is just off the mark. Rebound there by Lizzie Randall, who gets it up court. And there to deflect the pass and take it is Hatch. Gets it to Smith, up to Argyle on the wing. Paige will now have it at the top of the key. Rebels looking to get their first score here. 6.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Paige did have an open look. She gets a skip pass to Weston on the left wing, and that just bounces off on that attempted 3. Number 12, Lizzie Randall, again with the rebound there. Still yet to see a score here. Martinez gets it to the wing, deflected by Bray to Weston. Now dribbles down, gets it to Bray, and that is broken up by Martinez. Good hustle there. That will lead to a jump ball, and I believe it'll stay here for the Lady Rebels.
Actually, possession arrow was going towards the Jayhawks since the Rebels won the opening tip.
There we go, and that did get corrected. Good call there, Rob. So the Lady Jayhawks will take over possession as the Rebels set up a full court press. Martinez looking to get it up the floor. She will be met by Argyle, who deflects that pass. It does get across, but into the Rebel hands as Paige Smith brings it up the floor, looking for someone down underneath. She kicks it to Weston on the left, back to Paige up top, over to Argyle on the right wing. Skip pass to Weston, who feeds it into Hatch. Hatch will kick it back out to Weston to Smith. Argyle gets it, dribbles in, trying to get some movement there. She gets it out to Weston on the wing, and that is a miss. Hatch with the rebound, puts it back up, but is not good. Bray finally breaks that scoring drought, giving the Rebels a 2-0 lead. Good putback there by Bray Pugmire as the Rebels stay in that full court press, trying to get a 10-second violation here. And they will cause a turnover once again. Page able to steal that, gets it up to Weston, but that is deflected by Lizzie Randall and will stay possession of the Rebels. Good hustle there by Randall to break that one up there.
I think you're shooting your first game jitters on the shooting end of the floor, Bradley.
Absolutely. Weston gets it into Argyle, who does a pump fake, dribbles to her left, and this time goes. Good jump shot there by Cass Argyle, giving the Rebels the 4-0 lead. And that will be another turnover by St. Joe's. That press is being effective here as they do throw it away, giving the Rebels possession. Just 5 minutes here in the first quarter. Rebels up 4-0 early on here in the first quarter.
I think one of the keys of the game, Bradley, would be trying to keep a good handle on that ball. Looks like we got a little bit of air going out of this one.
Interesting.
Bray said she didn't like the ball, and it is not bouncing very well. So
little Tom Brady effect on the basketball, huh?
Maybe that's why we're not shooting so well. Little less air in the ball.
Yeah, we'll say that. We'll say that for now. The basketball wasn't quite at the PSI we wanted.
I think one of the other keys you're going to get, Bradley, is to see if the Rebels can run and use their speed, get a little bit of fast break points.
So it looks like there was some blood found. That's Paige Smith. She'll have to come out quicker than Coach Lungen probably wanted, but she will come out. Kira Jolly will come in. Number 2, a senior, will sub in here.
Paige has got something on her finger, and Bray hurt her hand this week as well, Bradley. She's got it wrapped up pretty tight on her left hand.
So Bray will get that passed into Weston, who gets it over to Argyle on the left wing. Back to Weston at the top of the key. She passes it to Jolly. Back to Weston. Over to Argyle for the attempted 3, just off the mark there. Bray, that was Hatch, a good strong rebound. Jolly had a good entry pass to Bray Pugmire underneath, but there was a foul before the attempted shot. Great rebound there by Brinley Hatch to keep this possession alive.
That's her 4th offensive board, and that's the first foul on the Jayhawks.
Weston passes it into Pugmire. A little too hard there. There's another rebound by Brinley Hatch. Over to Argyle. She kicks it over to the right wing to Weston. Up top to Jolly. Over to Argyle on the left wing. Back to Jolly at top. She gets it over to Weston, who gets an entry pass to Pugmire. Just short. Brinley Hatch again almost got another offensive rebound there. She's been incredible on the boards here early on. But the Jayhawks will take possession. 4.5 minutes to go here. Rebels up 4-0. They do break the press this time as Martinez gets it down. She had a lady underneath wide open as they kick it around to the middle. Attempted shot, rebounded by Argyle, going the other way. Argyle keeps it on the right wing to Jolly, then up to Weston up top, looking to get a set here. As Weston dribbles it over to the right wing, passes it up top to Argyle, who will then also take it to the right wing. She gets it into Jolly at the middle of the key, and that is blocked by Mimi DeWitt. Good play there by the Lady Jayhawk. She blocked it, and then it was off the hand of a Lady Rebel. So the St. Joe Jayhawks will take over possession. Very effective press as Braylon Pugmire able to get a steal and a bucket there right underneath. Rebels now up 6-0 as they will stay in this press. Jayhawks, another turnover caused by that press as Jolly gets it to Argyle. And Martinez did come up behind Argyle to knock that one out of bounds, but it will stay in possession of the Rebels underneath.
Paige Smith comes back in the ballgame. Looks like we got the finger wrapped up.
She comes in for Brinley Hatch. Weston gets an entry pass to Jolly, who immediately gets it out to Argyle with a jumper. That's off the mark, but a rebound and put back again by Bray Pugmire. She's been great so far with those putbacks. Argyle tries to break up. They pass on that press, but they're going to give her a foul on this one. Jayhawks will retain possession at half court, and the Rebels now up 2-1 on fouls, but they are up 8-0 with 3 minutes, 29 seconds to go here. St. Joe's looking to get something going as they have not scored yet. They get it to the high post, back out to the original guard. That was a great look there, but they're going to call a foul on, I believe they're going to call that on Paige Smith right underneath. Excuse me, that was Bray Pugmire.
Nope, going to give it to Kira Jolly.
Oh, number 2, I thought it was 22. So Kira Jolly with her first foul of the game underneath on that attempted layup.
Going to send Lizzie Randall to the free throw line.
That is up and that is good, giving St. Joe's their first point of the ball game. 8-1, 3 minutes, 19 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
She leads her team in rebounds, Bradley.
Yep, she's got a tall frame and looking to get her second point here, and she does not. That is right off the front of the rim. Weston brings it up top after the Pugmire rebound. She kicks it out to Argyle, back to Weston, up top. Page gets it on the right wing, over to Weston in the corner. She shoots it, and that is off the mark. And number 22, Abby Goff with the rebound. She gets it down the floor, and they are going to say that is off St. Joe's.
That'll add to the turnover tally for the Jayhawks. That is their 8th turnover of the ball game.
So the Rebels press is obviously playing a huge role today, as it has led to many turnovers here early on, as Jolly passes it into Weston, who brings it up court. And that is immediately stolen by Martinez, and then she is fouled by Weston, a frustration foul there, as that was great defense by Martinez to give the Jayhawks the ball back.
Molly's first foul, but that is the 4th on the Lady Rebels.
And just to remember, they only get 5 each quarter, and then it resets. That was almost backcourt by the Jayhawks as they bring it up. Martinez gets it down under to Goff, but she cannot handle it as it goes out of bounds, giving the Rebels the ball back. And we have a first-time sub in here for Lacey McKinnon coming in for Cass Argyle, another sophomore. So Bray passes it into. So they're stop and play again because of Paige Smith having some blood on her. They're going to make her clean that off. So Brinley Hatch in for Paige Smith. She comes out. So it is Pugmire, Weston, McKinnon, Hatch, and Jolly in for the Rebels. As Molly will bring it up the court just past half court. She will dribble to her right, get it to Jolly at the right wing. Back up to Weston at the top. She passes it over to McKinnon. Then to Bray on the left wing, who skip passes it over to Molly. Over to Kira underneath. She gets it up top to a wide open Lacey McKinnon. That is just off the front of the rim on that three-point attempt. The Jayhawks able to rebound that and get it across court on their end of the court. Lizzie Randall gets it to the corner. They're looking to make something happen as they have a skip pass. Then to the left corner. They try to feed it inside to Goff. Up top once again. They're trying to get Goff an open look on the baseline. She attempts it, but that is an air ball. Rebounded by Jolly. She pushes it up court to McKinnon on the right-hand side. Over to Weston on the left-hand side. Jolly gets it over to McKinnon on the right wing. Then up top once again. Over to Weston, who gets an entry pass in to Hatch, but that is broken up and will result in a jump ball that will stay in possession of the Rebels.
We'll call it the sophomore surge, Bradley, between Molly, Lacey, and Bray. That, I think, is going to be one of the keys this year on the whole season.
Yep, there will be a lot of development there as Weston gets it in the Jolly on a three, and that is good. Kira Jolly with the three, first three of the season for the Rebels, bringing the score up 11-1. Great look there as Kira had a wide open look. Martinez gets it underneath to an open Berg. She had a good post there, wide open, 11-3 in favor of the Rebels. As Weston tries to get something going here, she gets it to McKinnon on the right wing, then goes to the corner, which will leave Bray open underneath. She gets it back up to Brinley at the foul line, who attempts a shot. That is rebounded, thrown up court, trying to get a fast break going, but the Rebels able to recover as Jolly brings the ball back up the floor, gets it to Weston on the right wing, up to Kira up top, and to McKinnon on the left wing. That is broken up pass, trying to get it back up to Kira up top, and that is broken up by the Jayhawks. Rebels will retain possession. Just under a minute to go here, 57 seconds. Rebels up 11-3 here in the first quarter. Molly gets to her right side to McKinnon, back to Weston, over to Jolly on the left-hand side. Molly up top, gets it to an open Kira Jolly once again, attempted three, just off the mark. Brinley Hatch gets the rebound, gets it over to McKinnon, to Weston. Kira Jolly dribbles inside. Great entry pass as she drove inside to Braylon Pugmire. A good 2-foot score there. Now the Rebels find themselves up 13-3 as they break up the possession once again on that presser. And Jolly gets it into Hatch, who gets it to McKinnon on the outside, just off the mark on that three-point attempt. as Randall will try to advance it up, but that tenacious Rebel defense will not make that easy as they are able to force another turnover. What's our turnover count?
That is 12 by my count, Bradley, but I wouldn't guarantee that is perfect.
So around 12 turnovers so far for the Jayhawks here in the first quarter. Weston gets it into McKinnon. McKinnon will get it back to Weston, dribbles it up top, getting a set going with just 4 seconds to go. The Jayhawks do steal it and try to get a half-court heave, and that will not be good. So that ends our first quarter with the Rebels up 13-3, forcing 12 turnovers by our count to close out this first quarter. This is a T7 Propane production of Lady Rebel Basketball, online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Reach a dedicated hometown, regional, and worldwide audience. Dive into the action with My Local Rodeo. Our high school rodeo broadcasts are the heart of the community, drawing families and fans who love to support local businesses. From prime advertising spots to exclusive sponsorships, your businesses can shine in the spotlight. Don't miss out. Contact us today and saddle up for an unbeatable advertising opportunity. My Local Rodeo, where your business becomes part of the excitement.
Rob, that brings us to the beginning of the second quarter. Any thoughts after that first quarter of play here?
Well, the Rebels put up 22 shots, Bradley, to the Jayhawks only 4 attempts. So obviously the score indicates that, but with that many attempts, if the Lady Rebels can get hot, now that there's enough air in the ball, maybe we can put some points on the board.
And it really comes back to that press that the Rebels have had. The Jayhawks are going to need to implement some sort of press breaker. That definitely accounts to such lack of shot attempts for the Jayhawks, as they have possession and they will throw this one away. An attempted pass there down to Berg. Obviously, they want to get her involved. She's a big post player, and they were not able to get it there as it is just knocked out of bounds. So Paige Smith will take over at point guard, bring it up. Hopefully, she'll be able to stay in without any blood forcing her out of the game as she gets it to Jolly on the right wing. Up top once again, Argyle will get it to Jolly, who has a great pass to Brindley Hatch underneath, bringing the Rebels score 15-3. Rob, Kira's had 2 passes like that where she dribbles in, and once the post defender comes up, she is able to just drop that off to a wide open post.
Yeah, that is her second assist.
So the Jayhawks looking to get things going here as Martinez looking to cross half court, which she does. She gets to the middle, driving inside, and that is tipped away by Bray Pugmire. She goes for the layup and is just off.
But you can credit Paige Smith with the offensive board.
Paige Smith gets
it back.
Yep, that was a great rebound and put back for Paige Smith. Pugmire gets the rebound. She gets it out to Smith on the right-hand side, looking to keep the pace and momentum going for the Rebels. Paige gets it onto the left wing to Argyle, gets it back to Paige. She's open in the corner. She skips past over to Kira Jolly, puts up a 3, and that is good. 3-point shot, second 3-pointer for Kira today, bringing the Rebels up 18-3 with 6.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. The Jayhawks looking to get something going against this stifling Rebel defense, and that will be a foul on Kira.
Yep, unfortunately that's going to be her second.
Yep, should be her second.
Or actually it's her third. That's going to put her to the bench.
Well, and you can see what Kira can do. She's had some great passes and 3-pointers. Hopefully foul trouble won't be a thing that she'll have to deal with too much this year. But that was a good outing for her as the Jayhawks looking to pass it in. A wide-open Martinez underneath, and that is good. Score is now 18-5 in favor of the Rebels. But the Rebels don't sit back to think about it. They get it right down the floor again as Weston gets it over to Argyle on the left wing. She'll get it to Weston in the corner, looking to feed Hatch inside. Smith gets it to Pugmire. Pugmire trying to make something work, and they're going to get her for an offensive foul as they felt that she dropped her shoulder into the defender there. So that will be an offensive foul against the Rebels.
And that is Bray's second foul of the ball game.
So that's something you want to watch for here. Obviously, there's a gap in the score, but anything closer, you don't want this many fouls here early on. The Jayhawks do get it across the half-court line. trying to get through these double teams, and they look for an open Berg underneath, but that is broken up by Hatch. She gets it to Smith, who gets it up to Argyle. Looking for an open person here, and they get it out to Weston on the wing. She will dribble it out and get to Argyle up top. Smith has it on the right wing. She gets it to Argyle at the top of the key once again. Bray Pugmire on the right wing gets it to Weston, to Argyle, to Smith. Back to Argyle at top. Weston pump fakes, dribbles it out, and gets it to Argyle. We got 8 seconds on the shot clock as Weston takes a three-point shot, and that is no good. Hatch trying to get the rebound there, and Weston trying to get the ball. It was a loose ball for a second there, but that will be a foul on Weston right there on the sideline.
Good hustle by Caitlin Martinez from the Jayhawks. She gets the rebound. That is Molly's second foul and the fourth on the Rebels in the quarter, and we're not halfway through the quarter yet.
So we've got a couple substitutions. Molly Weston and Bray Pugmire coming out. Lacey McKinnon and Dottie Morse into the ball game here. Dottie Morse, another sophomore, Rob, coming into the game.
There's your sophomore surge. I'm glad to see her on the floor.
Yep, she had an injury earlier on, but yeah, we didn't know if she'd be ready for today, and she is. Lacey McKinnon able to steal the inbound pass, going for a layup, and they are going to call that a blocking foul on the shot. So Lacey McKinnon will go to the line shooting 2.
And the first free throws of the season for the Lady Rebels.
And that's going to happen just over 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Score 20-5.
Fouls on Lizzie Randall of the Jayhawks. That is her first.
McKinnon's foul shot is up and good. 21-5 for the Rebels. And Rob, the Jayhawks are one foul away from being able to be in the bonus as the Rebels are up 4-1 on fouls. The second foul shot by McKinnon is missed, but she's able to get her own rebound temporarily. The refs are going to have to talk about this one.
Going to discuss what they saw happen in the corner, and the ruling is ball's going to go to the Jayhawks.
When you're up 21-5, usually you're not going to get those toss-up calls.
No, I don't think so.
So St. Joe's, the Rebels remain in their press, full court press. Martinez gets it to the outside. They do get it across. Martinez has it on the right wing. She is driving straight to the hole. Her shot attempt does not strike iron, and Dottie Morse with the rebound there. Gets it to Argyle, who brings it up court. Gets it to McKinnon on the left wing, who feeds Hatch in the post, who gets it to Smith on the wing. That is a three-point attempt by Smith that just bounces out. Great rebound there by Morse. Gets it to Smith at the foul line, and that is good. Good jump shot there by Page. So, Rob, my early assessment of this Rich Rebel team, very deep. I mean,
yes,
they've got a lot of scores. You're going to see a lot of different variations throughout the season, I'd imagine.
I'm wondering about our scoreboard, Bradley, because I've got us for 26-5, but it is stuck on 23 for some reason. Had the 1 point free throw from Lacey, and then that two-pointer by Page.
Yeah, I got us 23-5 as well.
Okay. Oh, my bad then.
We'll see if we get some 3 extra points. We wouldn't turn that down. McKinnon gets it to the wing to Argyle. Back to McKinnon, looking to work things inside. She gets it to Hatch on the wing, almost stolen by a Jayhawk. McKinnon takes it on a dribble to the left wing to Smith, then to Argyle up top, who pump fakes and drives. Gets it to Smith, who was wide open on the 3. But that is just out of bounds, hit by Hatch. Great effort there to try to get that offensive board, but that is off her fingertips, giving the Jayhawks the ball back.
Yeah, you're right, Bradley. It is 23.
So just under 4 minutes to go here, 3 minutes, 54 seconds left to play in the first half with the Jayhawks looking to get into double digits before the end of the half. Martinez gets it across. She will dribble all the way to the left-hand side and will be fouled by Morse underneath, who was there. Did not keep her feet set, so that will send Martinez to the line shooting 2.
And the first foul on Dottie and the 5th team foul on the Lady Rebels.
So once again, Martinez going to the line here, shooting 2. Rebels up 23-5 here, just under 4 minutes to go in the first half. That will be no good. So one more attempt here for Martinez. Another thing, Rob, with all the teams that Coach Lundgren's has had, this has to be the tallest one he's had in my memory. He's got a lot of depth and a lot of height. That's a good recipe in basketball. Martinez's shot is up and good. 23-6 in favor of the Rebels. McKinnon will bring it across half court. The Jayhawks in a zone defense as Argyle gets it on the wing. Great entry pass to Hatch, but that is no good as she attempts that shot. Martinez on the right-hand side getting across half court. She gets it to Flores, who keeps it alive as they're trying to get something going here. Martinez takes a shot on the outside. That is no good. Great rebound there by Abby Goff, but that will go out of bounds as she attempts to keep that possession alive. The Rebels will take over, heading the other direction. The referee just getting in position here as Hatch is going to inbound it to Smith. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go here. 23-6 in favor of the Rebels as Smith gets it to the wing to McKinnon, back to Smith. She gets it on the other side to Argyle, who skip passes it to McKinnon, who will drive in. A great drive and score there by Lacey McKinnon on the left-hand side. Great move there by Lacey. As the Jayhawks get it across half court, they break the press. They are trying to get something going here. They get it to Martinez on the right wing, who shoots a long three, and that is good. Martinez doing a little bit of everything there for the Jayhawks. 25-9 in favor of the Rebels. McKinnon has it on the right wing, gets it up to Smith, then to the other side to Argyle, who skip passes it to McKinnon on the right wing. She puts it up, and that is good. Three-pointer for Lacey McKinnon. I'm telling you, Rob, we have multiple scorers on this team. There is a lot of potential for scoring as we're almost at 30 points here in the first half. The Jayhawks do drive as Abby Goff has a good drive, similar to Lacey McKinnon's score a couple possessions ago. It is now 28-11. 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go here. Dottie Morse has it at the high post, and Martinez, of course it's Martinez, gets in there and ties it up for the jump ball. But I believe that will stay in the Rebels' possession.
It will because of the jump ball at the halftime. And Brooke Crompton, number 24, into the ball game for the Rebels.
And Brooks, one we didn't get to see last year. She was out with a season-length injury, but she is back. It's good to see her out there. She is a junior as Smith gets it over to McKinnon on the wing, who gets it to Brooke in the middle as she was the flashing defender, and that was off the mark as St. Joe's does get the rebound. Martinez brings it across half court, gets it to the high post, and they're trying to get to an open man, which they do, but that is a nice block there by Brooke Compton. Abby Goff with the three attempt on the corner. That is rebounded by Smith, who quickly gets it up the court, but Abby Goff breaks that one up. She's a good player. She breaks that up right in the key, tries to get it outside to Flores, but that is just too much there. Good defense there by the Rebels. We have our first time out of the game, Rob, and that comes with a minute and a half to go here in the second quarter. We're going to go to break here quickly. This is a T7 Propane production of Lady Rebel basketball, online at mylocalradio.com, listening in at 98.3 KDQFM.
Randolph Medical Clinic is known for comfortably treating acute and chronic conditions as well as mental health. Nurse practitioner Nancy Weston is known for providing compassionate care. Appointments can be made by texting 435-200-5416. Randolph Medical Clinic.
Trying to see if I can get us an update, Bradley, from the Lady Rebels that are wrestling in Grace, Idaho. But I've only had one parent respond to me, and that would be Katharina Smith's parents, who aren't even there. But I do know that she's in the finals after winning the first three matches.
So we can confirm we at least have one wrestler in the finals.
So, hey, if you're watching Double Time in Grace, give us an update on the wrestlers.
Yep, give Rob or I a text. We'd love to give our listeners an update on how the Lady Rebels are doing. As Smith will bring it up the floor across half court. She dribbles to her right and gets to her left to Argyle. Back to Smith, who gets it over to McKinnon on the right wing. Smith gets an entry pass to Crompton, who gets it to Hatch, and that is just barely a miss and knocked out of bounds by the Jayhawks. The Rebels will keep possession underneath as Smith looks to inbound. Smith gets it to McKinnon, who drives past the defender. Great drive. She does attempt to lay it up, but is just off the mark and knocked out of bounds by a Jayhawk defender. So, Rob, something I'm seeing, we're not only scoring a bunch of points, they pass the ball well. There's definitely chemistry going on out there. Smith pass deflected out of bounds.
Mimi DeWitt with some quick hands to block that one back out, and Paige will get another try.
So this is the third inbound attempt for the Rebels, and this time it is successful as Smith gets it in to a cutting Hatch, and that will be good for the Rebels. 30-11 with 58 seconds to go here. The Jayhawks get it across. Goff has it up top. They are setting something up with 22 seconds to go on the shot clock. Randall passes it off to Goff, who is pressured very well by Hatch. They get it to the outside, trying to get it to Martinez. But a good drive there by Lizzie Randall and a putback by number 25, Mimi DeWitt, giving the Jayhawks a score. 25 seconds to go here, 10-second difference on the clock, so we will not go off shot clock here. McKinnon gets it to the corner to Smith, who feeds Hatch underneath. She kicks it out to Argyle on the left wing, who passes it over to Smith. Up top to McKinnon. Working the clock as there's 10 seconds to go here. They get it to Smith on the outside, who gets it to Hatch inside. That is broken up by a Jayhawk defender. Argyle shoots it as time is about to expire, and that is just off the mark. Rob, that'll end our first half with the Lady Rebels leading 30-13. A lot to talk about here at halftime. We'll go to a quick break here. When we come back, Student of the Week, and then we will give a bit of a summary of the first half. This is a T7 Propane production of Lady Rebel Basketball, online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ-FM.
The town of Garden City is home to beautiful Bear Lake, where families play together. We welcome you to Garden City and invite you to visit bearlake.org for places to explore and information on upcoming events year-round. The town of Garden City welcomes you as we cheer on the Rich Rebels.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
It is time now for our standout student segment of our pregame show this week, and I'm excited to talk with Kira Jolly. Kira, how is your senior year going?
It's going good. We have a game Friday, and I'm excited for it. Looking forward.
Yeah, opening week this week. You've got St. Joe's on Friday and Windover on Saturday. And how's practice been going? As you guys have been going for 3 weeks, how are you guys doing?
It's going good. Just getting everything set up. We're getting our plays all ready. I can't wait. It should be good this year.
So, and I talked to Coach Lundgren earlier today, and we talked about how a lot of seniors graduated this year, so there's a lot of new chemistry to be had and some things getting put together with you guys. How has that been going with now you're the seniors and trying to get everyone on board? How do you feel like that's been going so far?
Definitely a leadership role. It's taken a bit to step into the role, but I think we play well together. We have really good chemistry. We see the floor really well, so I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, and it's on paper, everything looks like you guys should have a great year this year and a great team. Let's talk about school. How has your senior year been going just overall in general with school, everything like that?
It's good. I'm ready to graduate, though.
You're ready to get out into the real world?
I am.
So, and Kira, what are your plans after high school?
I'm going to go to cosmetology school down in Provo.
That's awesome. And what are your plans with that degree in cosmetology?
I'm not sure quite yet, but I know that's what I want to do.
Cool. Well, good for you. And Kira, I always ask students during this segment when I interview them, I'm sure there's a couple teachers that you've enjoyed being with. Who is a teacher you'd like to give a shout out to that's had a positive impact during your time at Rich High School?
I really like Lex. Lex is he's a good teacher. He's always there to help you no matter what you need. Really appreciate him.
That's awesome. And Kara, what's it like having a brother who's a freshman while you're having your senior year at Rich?
Definitely a change. Now I'm the responsible one, and I got to take care of him, but it's been good. Good to go to school with him.
Because how old were you when Trey was in high school? I'm trying to remember what grade you were in.
So I was a freshman when he was a sophomore.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, good. Well, Kara, we wish you the best of luck. And obviously you come from a basketball family. Are things in your household very excited for this week as you and your brother have your opening week this week?
Yeah, we have our opening week, and then my little brother has a tournament, so it's straight basketball all weekend for us.
Is it ever not straight basketball for you guys at your house?
Usually not.
Kara, good luck this week and this year with it being your senior year. Has it flown by? Are you weirded out that you're a senior, or has this been a long time coming?
I've been waiting for it. It hit me this week that I was actually a senior and that this is my last season. So I'm excited to get it done.
It's going to be a great time. You guys have a lot of competition, but like you said, I think it's definitely looking like you guys will have a great team, and it all starts at the top with that leadership. So good luck to you and your teammates, and I'm sure we'll talk again this season, but until then, good luck, and thanks for chatting today.
Thank you.
When you're hungry for an amazing breakfast, just like Grandma used to make, visit our bakery on Main Street in Randolph. We hand make fresh pastries for you to enjoy. Supporting the Rich Rebels and thanking you for your business, visit our bakery today. Established in 1984, T7 Propane provides you with quick and affordable service. Rely on T7 services to bring warmth and comfort to your home or business. T7 Propane delivers everywhere from the Fort Bridger area throughout Bear Lake Valley. Schedule your delivery today at T7propane.com. T7 Propane, for all your propane needs.
Welcome back to our halftime show, brought to you by the station on Main on mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM. Rob, let's go over some first half highlights there. A lot of points scored by the Lady Rebels, 30 points so far here in the game.
Yeah, after being a little cold to start the game, they did heat up in that second quarter, shooting 50% from the floor. So overall in the first half, 10 of 23 from two-point range for 43%. 3 of 16 from three-point land. That is only 19%. So overall shooting 33, and Lacey McKinnon shot the only 2 free throws. She was 1 of 2. For the Jayhawks, they were 4 of 10 from two-point range. That's 40%. 1 of 4 from three-point range. That is 25%. Overall, they're shooting 36. 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Rebels are winning the battle of the boards. Rich with 20 rebounds, 11 of those offensive. 6 by Brinley Hatch in that first quarter alone, and Bray Pugmire with 4 rebounds as well. For the Jayhawks, they have 12 rebounds, only 1 offensive. Lizzie Randall leads the team with 4 rebounds, and as far as the scoreboard is concerned, Bray Pugmire, 8 points, leads the Rebels. She got all 8 of those in the first quarter. Kira Jolly with 6 points, both those 3-pointers. Lacey McKinnon with a 3-pointer as well. She has a total of 6. Brinley Hatch with 4, Cass Argyle with 2, and Paige Smith with 4 for the Jayhawks. Caitlin Martinez with 6, Lizzie Randall with 1, Abby Goff with 2, Mimi DeWitt with 2, and Eliza Berg with 2. And I think the other thing in the first half, Bradley, 17 turnovers by the Jayhawks. They had 12 in the first quarter, so cutting that down to 5 I think was pretty good in the second. The Lady Rebels, I was a little concerned if they would be able to handle the ball, being this the first game of the season, but only 5 turnovers for the Rebels in the first half.
So the turnover count 17-5 for the Rebels. That'll make a huge difference in any game. Rob, things that stuck out to me, obviously the Rebels have a great full court press, and the Jayhawks just were not ready for that, and that caused the majority of those turnovers. I would say 90% of those turnovers have come off of that full court press. The Rebels looking great. Like I said, I'm impressed by the depth so far. I hope this is something that will be a thing all season long. I mean, you look at them as they come out of halftime, Rob, only 2 girls have their warm-ups on the whole team, and so that just shows that Coach Lundgren's able to work through his lineup, and yeah, I'm a rebound guy, so I just want to give a shout out to Brinley. I mean, that will earn her time on the floor. It doesn't matter how many points you're scoring. If you're getting 6 offensive rebounds in a half, that's an impressive outing. So some things to be very optimistic about for the Rebels here as we're a minute to go. We're going to go to break here. This is the halftime show brought to you by the station on Main, online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Supporting local schools, Eddie and Todd Jensen, owners of Mound Valley Cattle Company, know when it comes to buying and selling cattle, you count on the best. Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. 208-339-0614. That's 208-339-0614.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit.
We are back here at the start of the third quarter as the Jayhawks now going the other direction. Will start with the ball as they get to the outside. That is broken up by Smith and Hatch as Weston brings it across to half court. Looking to get things going as she gets to Argyle to the left. Back to Weston to the right to Smith. Weston gets it over to the left wing to Argyle once again. She gets a skip pass over to Pugmire. Great pass by Argyle and the and one. Great over-the-top pass by Cass there to get it to Bray and will lead to an and one. Great way to start the half for the Rebels as Bray Pugmire heads to the line shooting one.
And I think that is by design by Coach Lundgren that they wanted to get that ball down low.
Yep, and that was good flow, making the defense move and left that open as there was no backside help on Pugmire. Martinez will bring it up the floor over to Randall, back to Martinez. She gets it across the floor. Jayhawks looking to set something up here as they get it underneath, back up to the wing, the right wing, up top, back to Martinez, who gets it back over to Randall. 13 seconds on the shot clock here as that is given back to Randall. She gets an open drive, and that is good. That was a handoff to her off that high post and around the right side for a wide open layup. As Smith has it on the left wing, Weston up top gets it to the right-hand side to Argyle. Gets it to Weston in the corner. She's defended closely. She gets it up to Argyle. Back over to Smith. She had Pugmire momentarily there underneath. To Argyle, then to Weston. Back up to Argyle. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Weston gets it to tries to get to Pugmire, but that is just tipped away by DeWitt.
And it's hard to see on the radio, but Bray has been battling hard down there. I was wondering if she was going to get 3 seconds call because she had her pup tent up out there, Bradley, doing a little camping.
Weston gets it into a wide open Smith in the corner. That is just off the mark. Rebounded by the Jayhawks, and that will be a travel by Martinez as she was immediately met by Cass Argyle, continuing that full court press. So the Rebels will retain possession with Pugmire out of bounds, passing it in.
Second turnover already in the quarter.
Pugmire gets it into Weston, who kicks it over to Smith, back to Weston, over to the left to Argyle, who shoots the three, and that is off. Attempted rebound by Pugmire, but that tips it out of bounds, giving St. Joe's the ball back. Full court press still in full swing here. As Martinez brings it up, she gets it just across half court. She tries to drive all the way to the basket, but that will be out of bounds. I thought that was tipped by the Rebels, but that will be given back to the Rebels as Weston will bring it up the floor. She gets it across midcourt. 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Argyle back to Weston. To Argyle, looking to get it into the inside, but gets it to Weston on the corner. Back to Argyle. Weston gets it in to Pugmire, who then gets it to Hatch at the block, who kicks it out to Smith in the corner. That is just off the front of the rim, as St. Joe's will take it the other way. As Randall gets it across the floor. She kicks it out to Abby Goff, who brings it up to the top, gets it to Martinez on the left wing. 17 seconds on the shot clock. That's on the outside of Goff. Trying to get things going as Weston is tightly defending her. Berg has it underneath, gets it up top to Martinez. 4 seconds left on the shot clock, and they will shoot it. That is number 12, Lizzie Randall for the three, bringing our score 33 to 18, for the Rebels.
She's got all the Jayhawks points in the second half.
So the Rebels try to get an entry pass underneath to Hatch, and she is fouled, not on the shot. So that will be Weston taking the ball underneath.
Fouls on Eliza Berg, her second in the ball game. Second on the Jayhawks in the second half.
5 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the third quarter. As that is passed into Argyle, who dribbles into the key, kicks it back out to Smith. Back to Argyle up top, who kicks it to Weston, who attempts the three-point shot, and that is off the mark. As Berg gets the rebound, and the Jayhawks are running. They get it across to an open Martinez underneath on the layup, and that is just off the mark, but Martinez gets her own rebound as the Rebels had that initially. Great effort there by Martinez. She gets in the corner, and that will go out of bounds off of her hand. Rebels will take over, going the other way.
Kira Jolly in the ball game for Brindley Hatch. Kira sat a lot of that first half with 3 fouls.
So Jolly's back in. Weston gets it across, gets it to Smith on the right wing. Back up top to Weston. Over to Argyle, who has an open lane. That closes up quickly. She gets it to Jolly, who skip passes it over to Smith, who shoots a 3 on the right wing, and that is good. 3-pointer for Paige Smith, bringing our score 36 to 18. The Jayhawks do get it across. They break the press, which leaves an open lane for... That was Lizzie Randall on the drive. She misses. Berg is able to rebound and is fouled. And I believe she's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
And I think you're saying the foul's on the floor, but the foul is...
Paige Smith.
Yeah.
There they gave it to.
Okay. Yep. I was going 6 on the fingers from the referee. That's a 1 and a 5. I was adding it up as fast as I could.
Right. So Berg was fouled on the rebound. St. Joe's keeps possession. Great defense underneath by the Rebels. Argyle putting pressure on the wing there. Martinez keeps it. She fires from the wing, and that is good. This is a team that can obviously heat up, Rob. 36-21 for the Rebels. They get it across to Jolly on the right wing. Gets to Weston up top. Over to Argyle on the left wing. They're passing it around. Page dribbles it up top over to the left to Weston, who looks in for Argyle, who's posting up. She gets out of the key. Smith back to Weston, who kicks it out to Argyle on the left wing, who feeds Pugmire on the post, and that is just short. Good defense there by Berg as they get it out to Martinez at the half court. She gets it just across, and she drives all through multiple Rebel defenders. Lizzie Randall with the rebound, but then stolen by Argyle, who gets it across half court. Looking to set things up as Paige Smith takes over at the top of the key. She kicks it over to Argyle on the left wing, but that skip pass is stolen by Lizzie Randall, and she is fouled on that steal. So the Jayhawks will take over on the sideline.
And I believe the foul is going on Kira. No, that's going on Molly Weston. That's her third.
And Coach Lundgren will choose to keep her in. She's not going to want to foul again this quarter.
That was
Lizzie Randall will throw that out of bounds just after it being put into bounds. So the Rebels will get the takeover.
I think it was a smart foul on Molly because she was able to foul her on the other side of the floor,
Correct.
or on the other side of the half court to keep that from being a breakaway.
We'll give her credit and say that all went through her mind as she was making that foul. Weston brings it across half court. Lacey McKinnon did sub in for Cass Argyle as Weston gets it up top over to Jolly on the right wing. Weston up top, dribbles left-hand side to the basket, kicks it back out to Smith. Skip passes it over to Lacey McKinnon to a wide-open Weston on the corner, and that is good. 3-point basket for Molly Weston. You know she wanted that one. It is now 39-21 for the Rebels. 2.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Smith, great steal there. She gets it back to Weston up top. Rebels looking to set up once again. 27 seconds left on the shot clock. Weston up top to Jolly. To the right to Smith. Back to Jolly. To Weston, who pump fakes, takes a dribble, and then kicks it back out to Jolly for her three. That just comes up short.
And rebound is made by Sophie Yates, but we're going to get a foul on Bray Pugmire. That's her third.
So a foul on the rebound there. A hustle foul is what we'll call that. 2 minutes to go here. 39-21 for the Rebels. 30 seconds to go on the shot clock. Great defense there by Weston. Up at the top there. No jump ball as the ball is just hit loose. The Rebels take it down to the other end. McKinnon to Smith. Over to Weston. Looking underneath. Nothing so far. Smith gets it over to McKinnon, just looking to wear down this defense. 20 seconds to go here on the shot clock. And they're going to call Bray with a offensive foul underneath. That's an interesting call because that's been going on all night. They've just been battling all night. Interesting to call it in that situation.
That is her fourth foul, so that will send her to the bench with a minute 41 in the third quarter.
You know, and that's what she brings to the table, Rob, her physicality underneath. Martinez now brings it across for the Jayhawks. She keeps it up top and will fire from the top. That almost goes as Hatch rebounds, gets it out to Weston, who brings it across to McKinnon on the right wing. Back to Weston, who gets an entry pass to the high post to Hatch, and she is fouled on the drive there. So Hatch will go to the line shooting two.
Fouls on Mimi DeWitt. I believe that is her first.
So we got a minute 21 left in the third quarter. 39-21 in favor of the Rebels as Hatch goes to the line shooting two. Her first one is up and just off the front iron.
Brindley with 7 rebounds in the ball game, Bradley.
Yeah, she's been great underneath. So Hatch once again puts up the shot, and that is just off the mark. They're going to call a lane violation as well on that one, so would not have counted if it would have gone. The Jayhawks pass it into Martinez. Minute 20 to go here as she gets it across. Back to Martinez on the left wing. And that is broken up by Weston. And they're going to call backcourt. Great defense there by Molly Weston.
Yeah, it was touched. Molly knocked it loose, and 2 Jayhawks were reaching for it. They touched it before it went across the half-court line, which is why you get the over and back call.
Now I want to make note of something, Rob. If anyone can see on your screen a very blonde-haired ref standing there by the student body, that is not part of the game. That's just a mascot for the Rich High Rebel student body. Jolly, Skip passes it to Weston on the outside. That is a three that is just missed. Back to Jolly. Great rebound again, Rob, by Brindley Hatch, and another three-pointer by Kira Jolly, bringing her score 42-21 with 48 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Jayhawks get it across, trying to they feed Berg underneath, but good defense there by a host of Rebels as Weston will try to go for the last shot here. 33 seconds to go, 28 on the shot clock. Jolly gets it up top, kicks it left wing to McKinnon, over to Jolly to Weston to Smith on the right wing. Weston has it. She gets it to Jolly, who takes one dribble. Great pass there by Kira to Brindley Hatch, but missed shot there as Martinez gets it across and will throw it out of bounds, trying to get it to a man underneath.
We talked about the turnovers. That is the 10th for the Jayhawks in the third quarter.
Weston gets it to Smith on the wing. 3 seconds to go. She puts up a shot. That is no good, and the clock will run out, bringing our third quarter to a close. Rich High Rebels 42. The Lady Jayhawks 21. We'll be back after this.
And now a message from the experts at Bear Lake Realty.
Welcome to Water's Edge, right downtown Garden City. Beachfront condos, close to the beach, close to downtown for your renters and the owners.
So we have our fan cam here, brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Gary McKee and Bear Lake Realty have a good student body with most at wrestling tonight, I believe. But we'll pan there for the Rich High faithful tonight for the opening game here. So that will bring the start of the fourth quarter here. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors for making this possible, as the Rebels will go into the fourth quarter up 42-21 as Weston dribbles it out to the left wing, passes it back over to Jolly on the right, then to Argyle, up to Weston, who skips it over to Jolly, to Smith in the right corner. Skip pass over to Argyle on the left wing, back to Weston again, who dribbles into the key, bounce pass in to Smith, who kicks it back out to Jolly. A pass attempted to Hatch, but that is a good defense by Eliza Berg, as St. Joe's will bring it back across. Martinez with the ball. She does an entry pass and is kicked back out to the wing, trying to get to Berg underneath just off the fingertips, and that will bring the Rebels back with the ball here, going the other direction.
Only the second turnover of the Rebels in this half, Bradley.
Yep, that's a great way to win. Very little turnovers and a lot of points. That will be a shot attempt by, well, I think they're going to call it down, not on the shot. So the Rebels will get the ball under the basket. First foul of the fourth quarter.
Fouls on Mimi DeWitt, her second. Kira was trying to get the ball down into Brindley, I believe.
Weston passes it from out of bounds into Smith, the corner, who shoots it, but that is rebounded by none other than Brindley Hatch, another offensive rebound to Weston, who pump fakes and drives, and that is off the mark. Martinez now bringing it back across. She gets it to Lizzie Randall, who's trying to make something work. She picks up her dribble, gets it to Berg at the high post. Back to Randall, who makes the drive and misses. Weston with the rebound, drives down with a pass to Hatch, and that is just short, but it will remain in the Rebels' possession as that goes off the fingertips of the Jayhawks on the attempted rebound.
And Lacey McKinnon back in for Paige Smith.
So the Rebels will have another shot at this as Weston passes it into McKinnon, who gets it up top to Hatch, then to Argyle, who attempts the three, and that is good. A lot of threes tonight for the Lady Rebels as Cass Argyle gets her share and knocks it to 45-21 for the Rebels. Jayhawks get it across. Martinez on the right-hand side. She gets it to the corner to Goff. Looking to get it to Berg. She shoots it. That is rebounded by the Jayhawks. Great rebound and putback by Mimi DeWitt. Weston gets it up the floor quickly to Jolly on the wing. To McKinnon. Great. That was a great transition play there, but not able to finish at the basket. Martinez quickly gets it across court all the way down coast to coast. She tries the left-handed layup. That is no good. Initially rebounded by McKinnon, but taken back by Martinez. Shot attempt no good for the Jayhawks. A little bit of chaos there as Randall will foul McKinnon there on the play. We have two subs. We have Paige Smith and Bray Pugmire coming in for Brindley Hatch and Molly Weston. So we now have Jolly, Smith, McKinnon, Pugmire, and Argyle in for the Rebels. Paige gets it to Argyle on the right wing. Back to Paige up top. She takes a dribble to her left and gets it to Kira, who attempts a three that is just off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound by McKinnon. Over to Bray Pugmire, who pump fakes, drives to the hoop, and tries to get a bucket, but it just comes off hard off the back there. Martinez with the rebound as she gets it to Randall. Over to DeWitt, back to Randall. Over to Martinez on the left-hand wing. Looking to get it to Berg. She drives, puts up a floater, and that is rebounded by Jolly. Good tip there by Paige Smith to make that an easy rebound. Jolly gets it across the timeline, gets it to Argyle in the corner, and that is missed and hit out of bounds by the Jayhawks, giving the Rebels possession under the hoop.
And looks like number 10, Cicely Flores, coming in for Berg for the Jayhawks.
Smith under the hoop trying to get it in. She gets it to Jolly on the left wing, who gets it back to Smith. Trying to get it into McKinnon at the post. Argyle on the right wing with it. She gets it to Jolly up top, who wings it in to Lacey McKinnon. A great pass there to get it to the block to a wide open McKinnon. 47-21 in favor of the Lady Rebels with 4 minutes, 27 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 23 seconds. Skip pass over to Martinez on the left wing. That is good. How many points do you have, Rob?
That is 12 points for 4 threes.
Kaylin Martinez, 12 points, and they are all from the three line.
No, my bad. 3 threes, a 2 and a 1.
So Jolly gets it over, a skip pass to Argyle on the right wing. She's being pressured, and they will call that foul at the wing. Aggressive defensive play by Martinez.
And looks like Brinley Hatch is going to come in for Cass Argyle.
Smith dribbles it to her right to Kira, then back to McKinnon on the left wing. That is tipped by Martinez, kept alive by McKinnon, who will bring it back across half court. She will go to her right to Paige, who gets it back to McKinnon. Over to Jolly, who skip passes it to McKinnon. Wide open three, she takes it. Hard off the backside. Brinley Hatch initially got the offensive rebound, but stolen by that scrappy Martinez. She's had a great game tonight for the Jayhawks. She picks up her dribble, gets it across to Lizzie Randall, who now has it up top. 20 seconds on the shot clock here. Pass over to Flores. Flores does receive it and potentially has a travel there, but keeps the dribble alive. Martinez has it on the left-hand side. 5 seconds to go here on the shot clock. Shot is attempted. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Shot does get up and just caught net on that one, as the shot clock violation will give possession back to the Rebels.
Got to catch a rim, Bradley.
That's right. Net won't do it. Net won't reset it. 47-26 for the Lady Rebels. 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Bray passes it into Smith, who brings it across the timeline over to Weston, back to Smith, to Hatch at the high post. She attempts it, gets her own offensive rebound. Molly thinks about driving in, steps back, gets it to Paige up top, over to Jolly on the wing. That is just missed, but a great rebound by Pugmire. Offensive rebound put back. Rob, the Lady Rebels have done a great job with offensive rebounds in this game. A lot of putbacks. Martinez takes a three from the top of the key. That is just off the front. Weston gets the rebound and brings it up court. She thinks about the long pass, holds up and gets it to Smith on the right wing. That pass is broken up from Smith to Hatch, and the Jayhawks are going the other direction. They try for a layup. That is Flores just off the mark there. Hatch with another rebound out to Weston. Coach Lundgren's going to take a timeout to get some subs in. He's got a mass sub, 5 subs. He's taking out his starters as we've got just over 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
Hockey line change.
Hockey line change. We'll be back after this. This is a T7 production of Lady Rebel basketball.
There you go,
online
Bradley.
at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects, facility shutdowns, and more. Contact us today to ensure your assets are protected and functional. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Yeah, I got nothing.
And now a message from the experts at Bear.
We offer rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. For example, your home's heating and air conditioning system draws significant amount of electricity during certain times of the year. We offer cashback for heat pumps, which use energy-efficient technology to heat and cool your home. We also offer rebates on appliances and smart accessories like smart plugs and smart switches. Really, for anything that draws electricity in your home, we usually have some type of rebate to offer you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today. WattSmart.
Is pain holding you back from doing the things you love?
Our apologies. Our sound went out.
I still can't hear you.
Our sound went out the last little bit there in the end of the fourth quarter. So we'll be quick here. It is time for our Freaky Fast, Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Rob, we're trying to get his microphone working as well. Bear with us.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Rob, give us a recap of that second half we had today.
Well, first of all, the Rebels jump out 13-3 in that first quarter. The Rebels extend the lead 30-13, though they were out. They tied 10-10 in that second quarter as far as points are concerned. Third quarter, 42-21, and then subs come in off the bench. Final score 49-29 for the Rebels.
And that will bring us to our precision play of the game. Rob, we were kind of scrambling trying to get some sound here, so I know we haven't really discussed an exact play. Is there one that you've got in your notes there that sticks out to you? And this is brought to you by the D. McKay Frankham Dental Office. Precision play of the game.
Well, I'm going to say 9 offensive rebounds by Brinley Hatch is the play of the game.
Right.
You can take your pick out of any one of those. But she gets more offensive boards than the Jayhawks do as a team.
And that is a huge – if that can keep going all season, she's going to play a huge role on this team. Yeah, having that many rebounds and a ton of them being offensive rebounds is just huge. It's hard to beat a team that can get a bunch of offensive rebounds on you. And so we will now turn to the Crawford Trough player of the game. Rob, that's who kind of I had in mind was Brinley, but I thought Kira Jolly also had a great game, especially from the 3-line. She hit almost every 3 she put up. A lot of them were off of those offensive rebounds from Brinley.
Yeah, she ended up with 9 points. How about if we go with Bray Pugmire with 13 points and 5 rebounds? And that was limited thanks to a couple fouls, but she battled hard underneath. And you could see that's what kind of opened up that three-point line, is trying to get it underneath the Bray. And then they'd kick it back out because there was wide open threes. The Rebels didn't shoot very well from the three-point land in the first part of the game, only 3 of 16, but they did seem to get a little bit more consistent in the second half in that three-point line.
Yeah, Rob, a lot of help from a lot of places. Like I said earlier on, this is a team with real depth, and so if Coach Lunger can keep everyone involved, I mean, this will be a tough team to stop when there's so many weapons like that. If the rebounds and the shooting continues how it is. Great defensively, too. That full-court press played a huge role in today's game. You talk about the number of turnovers. I mean, forcing 12 turnovers in that first quarter really set the tone for the rest of the game. That's hard to come back from.
And they forced another 10 in that third quarter. So a total of 24 for the game. That's great defense, and there could have been a lot more. That's a fast action. I do the best I can to catch up with what takes place, but 24 turnovers is good. The Rebels seem to have a little bit more trouble in that fourth quarter, but they only had 6 in the first 3, 5 in the fourth, so only 11 turnovers for the Rebels.
It is now time for our Woodruff Country Corner calendar update. Just off the cuff, I know that both boys and girls basketball will be at Wendover tomorrow, and we will be there as well. Rob, what do we have on times on those?
12 o'clock for the freshman boys, and then 1:30 for the boys and girls JV, and then a 3 o'clock start for the boys varsity, and a 4:30 start for the girls varsity to give the Wendover girls a chance to rest up a little bit between the JV game and the varsity game. You've also got a cheer competition tomorrow, Bradley, 8 o'clock in the morning at the Salt Lake Community College, and the cheerleaders will be catching a bus shortly to head down there. The lady wrestlers were in action tonight in Grace, Idaho. I tried my best to try to get information, but did not get anything. And they wrestled last night against Ridgeline and Malad, Idaho, and did pretty good. I do not have the stats in front of me on that one. And then on Saturday, the boys wrestle in Grace, and that will finish up the weekend.
Great. So a very, very full, action-packed weekend for Rich High Sports. Thank you to all of our listeners out there on at 98.3 KDQ FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We will be back tomorrow at Wendover. We'll see you all then. Thank you for tuning in.